Yo, welcome back to Johnny Kincaid Podcast. I'm back, people. I was on vacation, got back a couple weeks ago. My wife mentioned, quit talking about all your medical problems. I agree with her. Yeah, I got to quit talking about that, but I'm going to talk about it. Anyway, I'll try not to bore you too much. Okay, last show, went about a month ago. Went to the ER, right? CAT scan. You're constipated, fool. What you come in for, right? Okay. So, got some stuff at the store. Ended up with X-Lax. X-Lax. Can't pronounce it. Never take my whole life. I've never had a problem. That stuff works almost too good. So, I was going like 8 times a day. It was rough. I felt sorry for myself. I wasn't getting no sympathy from my wife and her friend Linda. Right? They kept saying, "Oh, you gotta take it." So anyway, after a couple weeks of misery, they decided, I guess you're not constipated after all. So anyway, so got back to town a few days ago, and I was supposed to see my doctor anyway. So went in and seen her, and first I was on vacation. I had plenty of time. I talked to Doctor Google quite a bit. Get different things. So anyway, I even looked up. I want to give the doctor, my doctor, all the information I can. Right. So there's actual a numbering system for your poop. I ain't making this up. And there's some artist, some kid went to artist school, and he draws pictures of poop now. That'd be my luck. And there's a numbering system. Anyway, back when I took art, I wasn't very good. I never got past finger painting, really. Although, as I look back on it now, all I could draw was like a square house, and then I had a chimney and a door, and a stick figure guy standing out front with his arm out like he's waving. You know, that kind of art's probably worth a ton of money now, because I've seen some art where, really, they're selling that stuff. I made crappy stuff like that and threw it in the trash can because everybody laughed at me. Anyway, there's a lot of money in that now, I guess. So anyway, I went to the doctor and I said, "Do you want me to describe my poop?" And she didn't miss a beat. She said, "No." So apparently, it's got nothing to do with anything. They described all this stuff in detail. And mine turns out to be, if you ever look this up, which I did, apparently you can find anything on the internet. Most of mine's number 6. 4 is normal. One day I had a 4. I was writing this stuff down. I know. Everybody thinks I'm nuts. I keep a lot of records. I got Post-its everywhere. I use brown Post-its for this. Not really. They don't make them. Anyway, so mine's 6, and it describes it. Looks like porridge. Porridge? I mean, of course I had to look up a picture of porridge. I had no idea what it looked like. That was me, though. It looked just like it. It's the number 6. So that's where we're on now. Anyway, long story short, it's longer than we thought. Going to have a CAT or ultrasound on my gallbladder. That's a doctor. What's odd? Okay, I guess back in the day when they took your appendix out, they took your gallbladder too. But back then they had to make a bigger cut. Now they do 3 holes, although it's a bigger deal than what I thought. Everybody now said, "Oh yeah, that's very invasive. You mess your stomach up in there, and all that stuff." Before I read, "Oh, very simple, a lot easier than cutting you open." Anyway, so that's where I am on that. So I got some notes here. Better look at this. Okay, you got the poop numbering system. Okay, we got that. Okay, anyway, while I was on vacation, Jeff and I got together and did a little talking about the Olympics and stuff like that. And I'm going to show that video in a little bit. It's raining nasty here. But anyway, so Dr. Okay. Also, I went to, I'll talk about my vertigo later. Too much stuff about my illnesses. Anyway, we was on vacation. We're out driving. I made the wife drive because I drive for a living, driving handicapped people around. So we're out driving one day and get behind this sports car, fancy looking sports car, had a license plate. I support law enforcement. I had to laugh. This guy knows he's going to speed. I got to get a license plate. Get all help I can. I can remember back when I was driving more often myself. I think I had a bumper sticker said something about support the police, and didn't really help me too much. Bumper sticker might get you, if you're borderline, let you go, but if you get the license plate, you're probably going to be more covered, I would guess. But anyway, I had Chuck when that guy was speeding too. And on the same trip, excuse me, we're driving and there's ladies in front of us and she's kind of driving a little erratic, and my wife's getting a little annoyed. She's saying, "You ought to pay attention to what you're doing," because you kept looking over at the other person. We couldn't tell who it was. I think it's a woman. And she kept, this went on for, a couple miles on city streets like, and finally we get up beside him. I look over and the lady's, I can't think of the name of it now, doing hand signals. What's it called? What? I cannot think of that right now. You know, where you're talking with your hands because the person's deaf. Ooh, I have to look that up, won't I? I may have to pause this and look it up. Hang on, people. I'm back. I thought of it. Sign language. I could not think of that word. Now that you're doing all this. So, guys, I tried to play it to help, tried to make the wife feel as bad as I could, because I'm the one usually messes up, so she wasn't having too much of it. I tried to tease her about that for a couple of days, and then I had to quit. She got mad. Anyway, we had fun with that. Got a couple tips for you. One thing happened today. Now, I'll tell you what it did. When you're zipping up your jacket, don't do it when you got a pencil in your hand, because I'm zipping up, about put the pencil lead up my nose, but I'm okay. I'm not hurt. I thought, man, I'm probably not the only one that done that, although I've said that before. It turns out I am the only guy that did that thing. I did a lot of stupid stuff. If I did videotaped all the stupid stuff I did, I'd be out of phone storage all the time. But I got another video to show you. Now, I'll come back real quick after this video. Happened about a few days ago. Anyway, my wife bought me a donut, right? She let them buy me donuts, but she bought me a donut, and I couldn't eat that day because she didn't know it, but I had like 3 or 4 candy bars hidden away that was getting kind of old, so I had to eat them. So it took me a couple of days to get to that donut. And a little bit stale, so I'm going to show you a video of that. Then I'll be back in after video and say a couple words, and then we'll have Jeff. Yeah. Here's what happens when you try to warm up a cream-filled donut and you leave it on a few too many seconds. Man, I got it. That stuff's come out of every hole in that thing. Can you see it? I'm trying to film and eat at the same time. It's good. Still good. Don't leave it in too long. Okay? Coming out everywhere. So I got smart and found a fork instead. I got stuff all over me. Anyway, seemed like I left it in 10 seconds. This microwave ain't very strong. Anyway, it tastes good. It's just a little messy, you know what I mean? Goodbye. I'm still trying to eat this thing. Oh, man, what a mess. Look at this. I can't film when I'm trying to eat left. Okay, that's worthless. Goodbye. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't too messy, was it? You know, I did that one other time, but I only put that donut in the microwave for like 10 seconds. This microwave ain't that good here at work. I mean, it would take you 3 days to probably warm up a turkey. Anyway, that stuff started oozing out every hole it had, and that's the way that worked out. So now, coming up, we're going to have a video of Jeff and I get together, talk about a few things, Olympics and stuff like that. Then I want to remind you, Thursday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Going to have a special show with my buddy, all the way from Ireland, Angus McEnany. You've seen Angus before if you've seen him on the fireworks show. You don't want to miss Angus. He looks a little bit like me, but I think he's better looking. But so tune in for that show if you ain't got nothing better to do. And then I would see you. I don't know if I'll show up at Angus' show or not, but it's going to be a special treat too. There might be a couple Disturbed guys playing music on that show. We haven't worked the deal out yet, but it'll be a fun show, so tune in for that. Okay, this is Johnny. Have a great day, be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Hey, welcome back to Johnny Kincaid Podcast. Do we look big enough?
I think we do.
Looks like, okay, Jeff.
I think we do.
From where I'm at, he looks a lot taller, but maybe I'll stand up. This is my buddy, Jeff.
We're in sunny part of the world.
Yep. We're going to talk about the post-Olympics. Man, what a disaster.
The Olympics. The smallest country on the globe, practically, Norway, won the most medals. Now, how does that happen?
Well, they went faster than we did, apparently.
And I think they live in that kind of climate
They do.
more than anybody else.
Well, I had some trivia questions for you. See if I remember it. Here it is. Who's the youngest American to win a gold medal in Winter Olympics?
It wasn't Sean King or Sean
White?
White.
Nope.
No. It wasn't Jesse Owens.
Winter Olympics. Jesse didn't run the snow.
I don't know. I give up.
I do too, 'cause I got my notes over here. I forget. Oh, I can
What?
forget what I just
My
said.
question about the Olympics, and I think we've talked about this before, how is curling a sport?
God, you gotta be kidding me. Here's the story, people. I do a lot of housework. I'm not ashamed to say it because the wife makes me. So, I can sweep, but I can't sweep that fast, okay? Plus, I got ADD. So if I try to join a team, I'm sweeping down there, I look over some guy selling popcorn, and I'll probably run into somebody. I don't get that sport too much, but I want to tell Jeff, at the beginning of the Olympics, if something come on, we got YouTube TV, I don't know. And the wife you could pick every sport you wanted to see, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So click on something. They're showing curling even though it says ice skating. Or it shows ice skating and something, then it goes to something else.
Okay.
And it shows the results of the gold medal or something I never watched yet.
Oh, my word.
For 3 nights, my buddy, me and Linda, tried to watch Shaun White. We've seen Shaun White,
Yeah.
you know, the snowboarder guy.
Yeah.
He made it in finals.
Yeah.
So for 3 nights, we were trying to wait, make sure it's on, trying to find it. Tonight we found it. Shaun White, right, coming up.
Shaun White.
They come on and say, well, Shaun White got beat, but we're going to show you the video anyway.
Oh. Unbelievable.
Did you see it? They showed it. So I knew he got beat.
Unbelievable.
And then we had to watch the darn thing. That happened a few times.
Yeah.
But, I like it.
Well,
but
now-
I cannot figure out what's going on.
In the sport of curling, getting back to curling. Now, I've never seen this happen, but I'm assuming when those people are out in front brushing the snow or brushing the ice, they never hit, what's it called? What is the little disc called?
That big thing?
Yeah.
I think a
Disc?
rock.
Rock? Okay.
I think.
I assume if you happen to hit the rock, you're probably
It's probably
disqualified
some penalty.
immediately. I've never seen it happen, but I would assume
I
that
think what they're doing is melting the ice.
because
and
that
it
makes it
guides
move.
it.
That makes it move.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a cleaner ice, it'll move to that direction, I think.
Why don't they do like bowling at? Why don't they have bowling? Right? How about bowling on ice?
Now, another question.
That's nuts.
Those cross-country skiers
Oh, man.
that also have to shoot the gun,
Oh,
the
man.
rifle, when they are got to be so tired. When
Oh,
they
yeah.
get to that station and then they lay down, why don't they fall asleep?
Well, they wouldn't win if it did, but
But can you
I-
imagine
you know,
trying to catch your breath? You know, the big thing about riflery is pulling the trigger in
Yeah.
between a breath.
well, yeah, you got
That's a big part of it.
That's a whole part of the
Yeah.
cardio event.
Yeah.
I got
So-
some friends go hunting.
Yes.
I don't think I'd want to be standing in the vicinity when they stop and try to shoot something. That cross country skiing is
'Cause you're-
nuts.
you're
'Cause
heavy breathing.
they're going like this up a hill, like it looks like a couple ducks waddling up a
You're
hill.
heavy breathing, and then all of a sudden, you
Yeah.
got to catch your breath.
Yeah,
in
that's
order
part
to
of
shoot
the
a rifle.
Part of the. I see what the thing is, but shooting guns in Olympics doesn't seem.
And
the same
there was
to me.
another called the pipe or whatever it
Half
was
pipe.
on where you go backwards.
I don't know
You
if I've
go
seen
down
it.
backwards, and then you go off the slope, and then you do a bunch of
yeah, I did
whirly
see
gigs, and then you come back down, but you got to hit going backwards. Why?
Well, like I said, Jeff, I tried to watch that one night and switched to curling. Then halfway through, this is true, halfway through, it switched to soccer over in England. Had nothing to do with Olympics whatsoever. It was like a 3-hour show. The last 2 hours with soccer. Who set this thing up?
Oh my goodness,
It was terrible for me.
goodness.
Everybody I talked to said the coverage is terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
Of course, then we lost quite a few.
yeah, yeah.
We thought we'd win.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for some. How about the Russian skater? That was it.
Michaela
Schifrin? Yeah, she couldn't buy
Felt sorry
one.
for her, but she was a stand-up person. Very classy.
Yeah.
Very classy.
My question for you guys, if you want to comment, do we put too much pressure on these Olympians? My wife thinks we don't put enough pressure on them. I don't know.
Oh.
Because
Lot
you
of-
got
Yeah.
one little slip costs you money. Because that
Yeah.
one Olympic medal is worth like $1 million
Yeah.
or a gold medal.
Yeah.
But I don't see the.
But
the
you know,
Russians don't mess up this
our
year. They
gold
messed up.
medal winners only get like I think it's $30-some thousand for their medal.
But
Whereas
then you
some
got
other countries,
endorsements
well,
and
you get
stuff,
endorsements, yeah. But there's other countries
More
that
than that.
flat out pay in 6 figures
Yeah.
to their medal winners. So we're behind the times
I'm
on
not
that. a
sure
little
why
bit.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
seemed weird. The whole thing seemed weird.
A lot of
to
talk
me, but-
about mental health and the stress put on the athletes, and
But that Russian thing,
yeah,
what burned me about that, for one thing, that lady shouldn't have skated. She's like 14 years old.
when
The
was she
coaches.
tested? When
Like-
exactly was she tested? At the Olympics or before?
I thought before the Olympics.
And the result came in when? Before the Olympics?
Yes, before she skated for the first time.
And why then was she allowed to skate? At that
Because the
point?
Russian committee revoked the ban on themselves or something like that.
Okay.
So the Russians said, we're going to go ahead and let her skate. But the Olympic Committee said, no, this is still up in the air.
Okay. But then it even gets better. Then the Olympic Committee goes through all this legal jargon and they come out with the final verdict that, hey, you can skate, but if you win, we're not going to have a medal ceremony.
That's a dumb.
Now, what does that have?
That's a dumb.
You got
How is that fair to the person finished second or third?
Exactly. You
The
can
whole
skate,
thing's
but if
bad.
you win a medal, we're not going to have a medal ceremony.
But see, they're between a rock and a hard place. The other girl, these girls training stuff, it affected everybody in that event.
Yes.
I don't care what they say.
Yes.
But the lady that's supposed to win it was only 14 or 15,
Yes.
something
15,
like
I
that.
believe. Yeah.
Now, her problem was she knew everybody in the world was rooting against her.
Yeah.
So you send that kid out there,
Yeah.
you seen what happened.
Yeah. She
That
fell.
girl never fall like it in her whole life.
Right.
And then you find out
The coach was all over about having a lousy performance.
About falling. Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that till afterwards,
Yeah.
that the coach was on her about falling. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You put that much pressure. What you should have done, not even let her skate, because when you can feel the whole world against you.
Right. Right.
That's the only reason she fell.
Right.
And then the Russian girl won it, got screwed over.
Yeah.
Because the one that got second was all crying because she didn't win.
Right.
Everybody thought she was crying because
Yeah.
her fellow skater
Right.
had such a bad
No,
showing.
because she didn't win.
So they focused on her the whole time.
Yeah.
Talk about poor sportsmanship. Then the one that won is sitting there by herself. I felt sorry for her too.
Yeah.
I didn't feel sorry for the one in 1 second, crying about she didn't win.
Right.
She wouldn't have won if the first place girl didn't have all that pressure. She was the favorite,
Sure.
clear favorite,
That's it.
and that's so the
it.
second place should. So the whole Wrestling Olympic Committee. I'm not against Russia. I'm just saying
Right.
the coaches screwed that whole thing up, and then had the nerve to get on her about showing up bad. Really.
Right.
But I like Shaun White, but
Right. Now the next
great guy.
Winter Olympics are in Paris.
Oh, I have
Did
no
I hear him
idea.
say Paris?
I don't know. I didn't want. I'm still trying to find a snowboarding final. Don't tell me. I know Shaun White lost. That's all I know.
Does it snow in Paris?
I don't know, but here's the trivia to think of. What is the only city that's hosted both the Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics? Not L.A.
I think it was Hong Kong,
Beijing.
Beijing, where
Now,
we just
Are they
had.
pulling strings or what?
I tell you, they must have good weather.
And all the snow, this first Olympics with 100% artificial snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I finally figured out because I investigate stuff, you know. I know what's going on. It gets plenty cold there, but I think it's too cold so they don't get a lot of snow. So it's definitely cold enough.
Right.
Because some events are like 4
Right.
degrees and stuff. So I think it's so dry is what
Yeah.
Nobody
What it was.
explained that to me. You know, when they were explaining stuff, I was on the cross-country curling show or something. Because I couldn't find nothing. I'm telling you, you'd click on something and say curling event 25 this week or something. The thing was on constantly.
Well, plus it was a whole day behind or a day ahead, whichever way you.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
so
everything's-
13 hours ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I ever watch this thing again, I think like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, you can watch it live. Cause
Yes.
I was so screwed up.
Yeah.
But am I going to sit there and watch a 3-hour hockey game? No.
Right.
I'm going to fast forward.
Right. Right.
So I don't know if I screwed up the thing because
Yeah, video ended quite abruptly. Anyway, I was going through some old albums the other day. Ran across a couple of albums by Ted Nugent. Yeah, Trigger and I was supposed to see him in concert 2 years ago, and they canceled it. Canceled again last year, and hopefully it'll happen. Hopefully it'll happen this year. Hey, have a great day. See you next week.